I distinctly remember the first time they got in touch. 9:30 on a Friday night back in June. I just got home from one of the hardest crit races of my life, getting dropped at the 20 minutes despite a normalised power of over 400 watts. I was feeling pretty crap, but then my phone buzzed. It was an email. They had come across my channel and seen I had the new Vitus and were wondering if I wanted to be part of a new campaign about real riders. Of course, the answer was yes, and one thing led to another and I ended up joining the Vitus family as a brand ambassador. But who is that family? Why do they ride Vitus? That's what I want to find out. In this series, I'm going to be travelling around, meeting up with other members of the Vitus family, and they are going to be taking me on their favourite coffee ride. In my opinion, coffee and cycling are made for each other, perhaps because one fuels the other and that goes both ways. Both bring people together for great conversation while enjoying something you love. Today, I'm meeting up with Jodie and Alex for a ride in the South Downs.
Plan is ride a couple of hills, head to a really cool coffee shop, head back, probably have a chat on the way.
Maybe a pint in the pub.
So I'm the product manager for all of our bikes except the mountain bikes, so I look after kind of the design and development of the ranges, choosing what bits we put on the bikes, wheels, components and all that kind of cool stuff. The most exciting bit is the design development stuff, coming up with new ideas, working with the R&D team to turn them into a reality.
So this is basically where we ride, test, develop all the prototype bikes in and around the South Downs, the New Forest. Basically taking you on one of Jodie's tried and tested coffee ride routes.
I'd say the views up here are absolutely stunning. Over in the distance there you can see the Isle of Wight and yeah, the Solent. Yeah, and like all the way down into Portsmouth and stuff. Yeah, absolutely stunning.
This is the Yard coffee shop just outside of Alresford in Hampshire. This is one of the I guess most famous cycling cafes. You'll find it absolutely packed on a weekend. There's an amazing bacon sandwich and a great flat white, which is just what you need after a long bike ride.
This is the Vitus Evo, which is our lightweight racing bike. It's my favourite bike out of the range. So this and the ZX1. It's super agile, super stiff. I've got a Di2 version with, I'm trying to think of the bits I put on it, with some Prime Primavera bars, which 110mm stem with some Prime Black Edition 38 wheels, which is the perfect depth in my opinion for lightweight and aero. But yeah, it's a brilliant bike. It does absolutely everything. It's fast on the descents and on the flats. It's lightweight on the hills. It's exactly what I want.
I've always been a cyclist, a casual cyclist. I first got into it when I got a job in a pub when I was 16 in a village 10 miles away from where my parents live, so I used to borrow my dad's Peugeot steel race bike, ride that. I just fell in love with it really. That kind of evolved into doing triathlon. And from there I've just done a bit of everything at a completely average amateur level, from 24-hour mountain bike racing, crit racing, big sportives in the Alps, just a bit of everything really.
Bit of a weird one, through injury. I used to play a lot of football when I was younger. And done a bit of discs in my back. And the chiro said to me, "You can't play anymore, you should try cycling." And I bought a road bike, and then however many years ago now, that was it. I got hooked from third ride, and then like most people's journey, you join a club, then you meet mates, and then yeah, it all started from there. Now, all these years later, I'm lucky to work for a bike brand. Everything that I do in life revolves around cycling basically. You know, it slowly takes over your life. So yeah, a bit of a different journey to most, but a good one. I'm glad that I'm cycling now, if that makes sense. It's good to show you where we ride, where we test the bikes. But that was a good ride. We were lucky with the weather. The weather hasn't been like this down here in a long time. So yeah, a bit of a blessing really, but just good to be out on the bikes.